ton of reasons why you would probably love living in Spokane, but not everybody wants to talk about the reasons you might hate it. So here are the top 4 reasons why I think if you don't live in Spokane, you might not want to. Starting out with the most obvious, winter. We aren't like Seattle where we get a little bit of rain and sometimes it's gray over there. We have winter. Over on the east side of Washington, we have sub-freezing temperatures, we have sometimes sub-zero temperatures, and we often have snow. And with snow comes ice. So if you don't have an all-wheel drive car, or you're not confident driving in the winter, and maybe skiing and building snowman just isn't for you, Spokane might not be for you. Because you can't escape the winter unless you have the funds to snowbird, which a lot of people here do when you go and visit Arizona or somewhere warm. Reason number 2, keeping on the topic of weather, on the opposite end of snow, we also generally near the end of summertime have what's called fire season. We don't always get fires specifically in Spokane that are the problem. That does happen, but what we more often have is we have fires that are started from Canada or California or Oregon, and that wind generally blows near Spokane and can cause really bad air quality. So if you're somebody where it might not be ideal to be exposed to less than ideal air quality, Spokane might not be the best fit for you. Reason number 3 is the rising cost of living in Spokane. Now, years ago, Spokane was the affordable option, and when compared to Seattle or the larger cities in Washington, it generally is a much more affordable option. Now, that being said, it's gotten expensive to live here. What I mean by Spokane getting expensive is the cost to live in Spokane, when you compare it to the national average, it's about 6.4% more expensive than that national average. The average wages that are earned are about $10,000 less than the national average. So that disparity can make affordability kind of an issue. And last but not least is the folks who are experiencing homelessness in Spokane. Now, the homeless issue in Spokane could be related to, the rising cost of housing and just how generally Spokane's become less affordable. But it is worth noting that over the last few years, the homeless population has risen pretty dramatically. Like in January of 2024, we had an increase of about 15% of the homeless population in Spokane. And if you're moving to a new city, that is generally something you'll probably want to know about. And homelessness could continue to grow as affordability keeps getting further and further away. So it's just something that I would want to be aware of. So at the end of the day, everywhere you live is going to have pros and cons. These are some of the things that if I was going to be relocating to a new city, I would want to be aware of, but I still call Spokane home and I love this place. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments.